Honestly, I've been muted all this time. Let me repeat that again. Please forgive me, guys. Listen, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm rusty. You guys know that I used to do this thing every Thursday. I kind of cut it down because live stream is a little bit taxing. But listen, I'm sorry about that. I'm truly sorry about that. Let me see. The sound is good. Okay. I'm sorry about that. And I had it like in the back of my mind, like this entire time. I was texting my son, and I was like, I hope I don't get distracted. And boom, I got distracted. Of course, I forgot. But listen, guys, thank you for being here. Today marks the actual. It's a celebration because this is the first like all out DCU live stream. This is the beginning of the DCU officially. I mean, it's officially when Superman comes out, but we're getting Creature Commandos, which is supposed to be sort of setting up some of the things that are going to happen in this universe, and the heroes, the villains that we might see in this universe. I'm sorry. So now I'm all discombobulated. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a lot of things. I know a lot of things has happened throughout the week and for the past few weeks. I wanted to talk about Superman and Lois, which is on the last season, and it's been an emotional first 2 episodes. I don't want to dive too deep into it because today is all about DCU. It's all about Creature Commandos and whatever other goodies James Gunn brings to New York Comic Con. I was 10 minutes away from New York, and I'm sorry, I'm no longer around there. Before, I used to go to New York and get my press badges and go behind the scenes, and this is the worst year possible that I moved out of the state, and because I could have gone behind the scenes and probably get a closer to James Gunn and ask him a couple of questions, but not this year, unfortunately. But I'm still equally excited to have you guys here. Let me see who's in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that oh my God, yes, I was muted. Yes. So sorry. Let me start from the top. So sorry, guys. Let me make this. Make sure to hit like. Let's make this a party. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, hit that bell button so you notify every time I upload videos. I mainly do videos. I stopped doing live stream because it's just so taxing. It's time consuming. You know what? This white screen here is gonna bother me. Let me just switch. Okay, this is the live stream. They haven't started yet. Once it starts, is it muted? Yeah, it's muted. Once it starts, it's supposed to start in 30 minutes. So I'm gonna keep that there so that way I don't get distracted with this. Actually, no. Let's go back out of this. Oh my God, how can I do this? Let me do something so I can fix it. It's gonna bother me that you guys cannot see the chat. Nah, it's fine. Let me hold on one second. No, it's gonna bother me. Let me just create something real quick. Anyway, let me see, what are you guys saying? I think predictions will be Lantern, Swamp. Oh, that's true, Swamp Thing. We haven't heard anything from Swamp Thing. Batman, Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Paradise Lost, and Booster Gold. What do you think will be announced? Listen, I got a feeling we're gonna get a teaser for Superman. Whether it's an image, we're gonna get some Superman today. I feel it in my bones that we're gonna get some Superman stuff today. I'm trying to keep my mind not overly excited just in case they don't show anything. But I'm just excited to see James Gunn, the head of DCU, at a panel talking about the stuff that we love and it's the escape shit that we love. Let me see. Where's that? Okay. Let me just do a quick image. I opened up the wrong thing. Of course I did. Of course I did. Let me see. Yo, where Faith Warrior my brother. Good to see you here, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Any guess which IPA I'm not drinking? Actually, I gave up drinking because I'm on a health kick for a little while before Christmas, because around Christmas I eat a lot. Selena, my homie. Haven't talked to you, man. Haven't seen you here. Well, haven't done a live stream. Good to see you here, buddy. Caliente Cap. What up? Oh, what up, Cut? What's going on, man? Good to see you here. It's been a long time. Yeah, I know. It's been a minute. Been waiting a long time for this. Yes, man, the time is here. It's finally here. The DCU is finally taking shape, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. As a DC fan, let me see. What? Oh, that was before. Shit. That scared me. Yeah, I forgot that I'm going back to the messages. There's no sound, bro. Yeah. Let me see. So yes, thank you. I did. That one I didn't forget. I didn't forget. No, I want to talk Superman. Listen, I'm loving you know that I love me some Superman, Lois, and this season has been really good so far. And the last episode I was like, man, I knew it was gonna happen. And I don't want to spoil it for some of you who haven't watched it. So I don't want to say anything about it. I already answered this. Hunter Iggy, good to see you here, buddy. What's your thoughts on people getting butthurt that crypto isn't so? Listen, this is what I didn't think people would get upset about this. This was already teased on if you've been following this film since they started shooting. There's a scene where you can see Mr. Terrific running around with doggy treats on his hands and try to talk to I guess a CGI dog. We already knew this was gonna happen, but the argument that I hear people having was associated with that it was a Labrador or the type of breed. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is an alien dog. We're talking about fictional character. This is a movie. This. I feel like there is a concerted effort by a specific group. I've tweeted this out, but two groups that are out to get anything that the DCU puts out. Whether they love, like they can probably love it, but they just want to be haters. And I think I'm done with that little segment of that universe where I do not address them anymore. Because I learned a long time ago that no matter what I do or what I say, they're gonna have their followings and people are gonna hate on what everything James Gunn does. It doesn't matter how freaking amazing it is. They will find something to criticize it because that's the bread and butter. That is what makes the channel grow. They created this echo chamber where they can talk about these things. And you know what? YouTube is a niche thing where you create your own community, and they created a community of haters. They created a community of haters, and they have galvanized other people behind them to do this thing. And equally, there is people also that are equally weird that hate on everything that Zack Snyder does or the Snyderverse or what they did, which I love all those movies, but they find a way to kind of shit on them, which I think is also equally disrespectful and asinine. But yeah, I don't get the whole argument. I think it's stupid. I think it's silly. I think anybody that goes out their way to argue about a dog being super dog being in crypto being in the film, it's just to me it's stupid. But anyway, yeah, it's been a while, buddy. What's happening? What's going on? Good to see you here. Hope they announced something. Oh, Vixen. You know what? James Gunn is a Vixen fan. He, like, every character that he has teased on right after he was announced as a co-CEO of DC Studio, has shown up in some capacity. So I got a feeling that we're gonna get to see Vixen. I think we're gonna get to see Vixen in the DCU. I think she's gonna be like the answer to T'Challa. I think. I'd rather some Paradise Lost stuff and updates. We haven't got. I don't know when we're gonna get some Paradise Lost updates. I will be surprised if we get some Paradise Lost stuff. This, you know what? This thing is bothering me that I cannot see the chat on the screen. Hold on one second. Let me see if I could get this done. I'm sorry. Okay, the live stream is gonna start in another 15 minutes, so we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Let me do this something really quick on Photoshop so I could put it here, and it's because this thing is bothering me, and it's not gonna stop bothering me until, what is this? No, create. Let me see. Oh. Sorry guys. Let me see. And let's see. Oh, come on. Go back here. Go back. There you go. Export. It's just gonna bother me if I can see the chat. Let me see. Come on, save it. Export it. Desktop. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. Close this. I'll save it. Now I can put the image. Sorry guys, because it is bothering me. I don't know if I have OCD. I don't know. I don't know if it's an OCD thing, but it's gonna bother me if I don't do anything about this. Come on. There you go. Let me see. Okay. Is it showing? Now the chat is not even working. Let me see. Supergirl suit reveal. That would be nice. That would be nice. Or her. I think they're gonna keep her for the film. I honestly believe that they're gonna keep everything about her on the wraps for the Superman film. I think she's gonna be like a end credit, mid credit, post credit scene type of thing. I doubt that they will show her before they will show Supergirl, and I don't think they're gonna show Supergirl with a Supergirl suit. I think they're gonna show Millie Alcock because we already gonna know. Oh, that's Supergirl. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's what it feels like. I think I could be wrong, but even if it's that, I'm like, yeah, that works. Let me see. Is it starting? Let me get some sound.
Your next obsession when it's out on Max, December 5th. I've seen a bunch of this. Honestly, I am obsessed. You will be obsessed very soon. This show is funny. It is smart. It is edgy. It has tons of heart. In other words, it is everything that James Gunn does best, guys. As you can see, we have a lot of chairs to fill. So there's an amazing ensemble for this amazing show. Shall we fill them and have a conversation? Should we do this? Please give a warm New York welcome to Steve Agee, everybody. To Alan Tudyk, everybody. Alan, come on out here. Alan Tudyk, come on out. Everybody give a warm welcome to Maria Bakalova. Sean Gunn is with us, everybody. Give it up. The amazing Zoe Chow is here. Give it up, New York, Zoe. Mr. David Harbour. Oh my God, don't break a hip. Whoa. Frank Grillo, everybody. Come on in, Frank. Executive producer Dean Laurie is here. Come on, Dean.
I think it's
and we have DC Studios co-chair, CEO, executive producer, and writer. It is James Gunn, everybody. Come on out.
Woo. Yeah. Yes. Boss is in the house.
You spotted a Superman? You spotted a...
Oh. Superman out there, yeah.
Oh.
My mic isn't working.
Let's get Mr. James Gunn a working mic if we could. We need to hear
it.
There we go. I said I spotted a Superman.
James, welcome to your home turf, Comic-Con. This is like more home than your actual home, I would imagine by now.
Oh man, this is the greatest to be back here again. I only make movies so that I can come to comic conventions. That's the whole reason we do this thing, is for these guys.
So before we launch into a conversation, we're going to give these folks a sneak peek. Are you guys ready to check out the latest, the newest, amazing trailer for Creature Commandos? Check it out right here, right now.
Come on, play it here. Play it here. Of course they wouldn't. Dang it. Hold on, let me see if I... All right. Oh, there's the chat. There it is. Let me make the chat a little bit bigger. If somebody knows if it's playing on Twitter, let me see if it's got to be somewhere on Twitter. Hold on 1 second. Nothing. Creature Commandos. Let's see. Come on. Nope. Ah, come on. Dang it. It's gonna be online. I'm sure it's gonna be online pretty soon. I know it's gonna leak online in a couple of minutes. All right, fine. Let's just go back to the. Yeah, they're releasing online in a couple of minutes. Let's go to a couple of questions here. All right. So, do you think the CCXP in Brazil December will be the big DC announcement? I think it's gonna be the official first trailer for Superman. We might get an aperitif today. We might get a teaser. We might get a blink and you miss it type of thing for Superman today. But the official first teaser is gonna be on CCXP. I don't subscribe to the whole thing about the Super Bowl. It just makes no sense. The last two films that were on the Super Bowl was The Flash and Black Adam, and it didn't pay dividends. I'm not saying that the Superman film is not gonna be as profitable. I'm sorry, I'm watching the TV, the live stream, just make sure so I could put it back when it comes back. So I don't think I'm not saying that Superman's not gonna, oh, it's back. Damn. Let's go back here.
Congratulations, guys. Look, we're also excited about this show, and also, James, of course, this is the first official project that you launched as part of your DCU. Can you talk a little bit about why start with Creature Commandos?
Well, the reason is, very technical. It's because it was written when I started as the CEO of DC Studios. The truth is like I had talked to Max about creating something after the Peacemaker did so well, and doing something in animation. And I talked to thanks guys, and I talked to Peter Girardi over at WB Animation about creating an animated series. I like the Creature Commandos. I love monsters. I love Frankenstein and the story of Bride of Frankenstein. And so it just seemed like the perfect thing to do. And I wrote the scripts without even having a deal. And then I happened to get hired as the head of DC Studios. And I very graciously, thank you, greenlit the show, and we made it.
Oh, that's going to come back.
How would you say when we see this show, this sets a creative template going forward, if it does at all?
Well, I think what this show does is it shows this show is its own thing, and every single project that comes out of DC Studios is going to be its own thing. This is we want this to be very different from what Superman is going to be when that comes out. We want Peacemaker to be different from that when that comes out. But also, those are just the things I'm doing. Right now, Anna and Craig are dealing with Supergirl, and it's just going tremendously well.
Nice.
We have Chris and Damon and Tom who are dealing with Lanterns, getting ready to shoot that, and that's been amazingly well. So every one of those things is going to be very different. It's a connected universe, but we're not imposing any sort of overall aesthetic. No. And the Creature Commandos show is definitely its own thing, as you can see.
talking about an aesthetic, there are very specific stylistic choices you and Dean have crafted here. Talk to me a little bit about, you can obviously go many different ways, innumerable ways in animation. How did you arrive at the look that we're seeing in Creature Commandos?
That's a good question for Dean.
Yeah, well, first of all, you can see it's got like a real sort of Eastern European kind of aesthetic to it. We were looking to do something that was sort of grounded, but with some style to it. So, you know, it's got a lot of really dark tones. That palette's really kind of cool. But as you can see, it's very action oriented. It's you know, it sets itself apart from, say, Harley Quinn and those kind of shows. You know, it's I don't know, it feels more adult, I think.
How did you find working in animation? Did it free you up creatively? I mean, obviously all your work has...
You know, this has been a really interesting experience. So I got the first finished episode back. This has been a long process because it takes a long time. And, I wrote the episodes, got the cast, we directed the cast, they all were fantastic. They start with animatics, they go through that, a few drafts of that, and it keeps changing and changing and changing and changing. I got the first episode back, I was like, oh, okay, well, I think this is gonna be okay. Let me just preface this by saying, I started out as a screenwriter. Working with directors is really hard because you never have it as good as you imagine it in your brain, which is one of the reasons why I started working as a director. And I'm not the director, I directed the voice actors, but not the animation. And the first episode was good. Then the second episode, I was like, oh, shoot, wow, this is actually really good. Then it got to the fourth episode, and I'm like, this is the best experience I've ever had with a director who wasn't myself. And then episode 7 came about, and I'm like, oh, this is better than myself. This is the best experience I've ever had on any project I've ever worked on, including Guardians, including the Avengers movies, including anything. And I just have been so proud of just everybody has come together in such a perfect way. This cast here, the guys over at Bobby Pills who did the animation, Dean and Rich and the guys over there, the guys, Peter Girardi and the guys at Warner Brothers Animation, everybody really pitched in to make it something beyond, I think, what any of us expected. And I think the cast felt that way too from all the text I was getting when they saw the first 4 episodes. And it gets even better after that.
So, okay, I want to get to the cast, but first just talk to me about, look, there's some folks that are new to you here. There are some folks that have obviously worked with you before. Yeah. What was the approach? Did you write with specific folks in mind? Obviously, there's some folks that we've seen before that you're writing
I mean, most people up here I actually wrote for. I mean, obviously, Steve Agee was already John Economos in Peacemaker.
Yep.
It's died again.
Alan is somebody, he was my first choice for Dr. Phosphorus.
Yes.
We've worked together a lot. He's been my friend. He's been in a bunch of stuff, so he was my first choice. I didn't write specifically for him, but I thought of him early on. Maria I wrote for. She was the first person ever cast in the DCU. So I texted her because she speaks Bulgarian, and we needed to have Princess Rostovics, and we needed to hire everybody from that country, and they needed to speak the same language. So I wanted it to have, wanted it to be what Maria spoke. So she was hired. Next guy, what's the next guy's name again?
It's good to be bilingual.
Sean Gunn.
Yeah,
he, I wrote the character. He already played Weasel, and then I thought he'd be good at G.I. Robot. He's fantastic. Zoe, I had never met. She auditioned. She freaking killed me, and she kills me on the show. And the heart of Nina Mazursky, who is the heart of the show. She's, one of the leads, along with the bride and Rick Flag. And
thanks, guys.
Harbor is somebody who I've wanted to work with a lot.
Go on.
He's a genius.
Please continue.
Yeah, he's the greatest person I've ever met.
I think that's good.
That's a little much. No, he's somebody I want to work with. We offered him the role of Frankenstein. Man, you guys, This version of Frankenstein goes back a lot to the original, version of Mary Shelley, and he's fantastic. And then Grillo and I had talked about working together forever. And, you know, literally for
This is right
probably
here.
6-7 years, we've talked about doing something together. And when I came over to DC, I was like, yeah, I think I have the right thing.
Yeah, and I paid him some money, and it all worked out in my favor.
That's right.
So
that's,
thanks,
how,
pal.
that's how DC works now, payola.
Yeah, when in doubt, bribery works. That's the message today. Okay, so let's go down the line. Steve, obviously, you have some history with this character. Economist in this one, similar take on it? What is it a totally different thing when you're in the VO booth as opposed to being on Peacemaker?
Economist is steadily staying the same. His arc is a straight line to awesomeness. Yeah, he's not a hero, he's not a monster, he's just a terrified pussy, and we saw that in Peacemaker Season 1, and you'll see it in 2 and in this show as well.
Love it. Alan, Dr. Phosphorus, maybe the coolest name of the group. Let's start there.
I'll take it. Yes.
Right?
Coolest name.
Talk to me a little bit about this character. What do we need to know? Is he a good hang? Tell us about Dr. Phosphorus.
He's not a good man. He's a monster. He's a homicidal killer and takes joy in causing pain. You do get his backstory. Everybody's gonna, you're gonna see where everybody came from, their origins, and it's terrifying, and it's what created him. That's why they call it an origin story.
Oh, thanks, Alan.
Yep. Wow. I think I can't wait for everybody to see this because there's moments where you are shocked in horror and moved, and then by the same characters can make you laugh and then also make you cringe because they're so violent and screwed up. That's my character. He's one of those people.
Maria, you are not a creature commando. We can say that. Yeah. Where do you fit into this storyline here? Where does Ilana Rostovic fit in?
Well, I got to work with James Gunn on Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was so excited that this is happening because he's not only incredibly, extraordinarily talented writer, director, leader, but the nicest human being that I got to meet. So when Guardians ended, I was like, oh no, why am I getting here so late? I'm never going to see him again. And then one day I got a message. I'm writing something, thinking of you. She's going to be this femme fatale Disney princess, and it's going to be part of Creature Commandos. Look out for it. And I was like, what? Is it really going to happen? And then it happened. And it's an original character that he developed, and I'm humbled and honored to play it. It's interesting.
Amazing. Sean, we get to see the return of Weasel, but we also see, GI robots.
Yeah.
Educate us. What do we need to know?
Yeah. Well, it's really cool. I love both these characters. The Weasel, I know that the public had been really clamoring for more Weasel after the Suicide Squad. It wasn't nearly enough. But it was really cool being able to explore his arc. We get to learn a lot more about the Weasel, for better or for worse, which is very cool. And then of course, G.I. Robot. It's nice to play a character that doesn't just screech and squeal and lick. A lot of licking. But G.I. Robot hates Nazis, which I hate Nazis.
Yeah.
So it was really, I could immediately have something to sink my teeth into, and I love both these characters. I love this show. It's really, as James is saying, it's one of the, I've been working with him forever, and it was one of my favorite things. I was like, is this my favorite thing he's ever written? That's crazy, and it might be. I just really, really love it.
We have a lot of Comic-Con veterans in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Chow's first Comic-Con. Make her feel welcome. Nina Mazursky, not necessarily a name I would associate with a superhero team, but she's a part of it. Tell us about her.
She is. She is an aquatic being. She can only breathe in water. She wears a water suit and a water helmet tank. And at night, she goes to sleep in a bathtub when she takes off her suit. And she's arguably the kindest and most reasonable of this bunch. And even though she has a tragic origin story, yeah, she remains a very open and feeling character, and is kind of the pathos in this season, and I think that's her superpower.
How does she eat?
Oh, I'll tell you, Frank. She puts food into the chute that's in her collar, and then it bubbles up into her helmet, and then she eats the food. And I really hope we get to do that live action.
David Harbour, the always humble, calm, sedate David Harbour. Come on.
What's up, Comic-Con?
They play for both teams.
God, I love New York Comic-Con. I live in Brooklyn. I'm a nerd like all of you. I love it. Speaking of kind and reasonable characters,
Frankenstein obviously comes to mind.
Yeah.
What's your Frankenstein? Recognizable? James was talking about going to source material a bit, the ages,
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's definitely its own take for sure. But, you know, you do have this Frankenstein and the Bride story, which has a bit of a traditional thing to it. And I was, when, you know, he sent me the script, I've loved the character of Frankenstein. I think it's because, you know, it's just sort of in my wheelhouse that if you have like a large person who sort of has the inner workings of a tantrumy 4-year-old, you're going to want to get David Harbour. But I really love, you know, the story of Frankenstein's monster being this being that was created to be like a companion, this erudite companion who just is kind of off kilter and then finds himself needing a mate and having no one, and so one is created for him, and that's not the way to get a girl, apparently, as you'll see, spoiler alert. But yeah, again, you know, like everybody's saying up here, I sound like just aping everyone else's comments, but it is, you know, it's a familiar theme, but it's a very original take, and it's some beautiful storytelling, and I just love the character, and I think people will be really surprised by it, as I was.
Mr. Frank Grillo, we are so happy you're a part of this, man. As James said, it sounds like you've had conversations over the years, so when it finally happened, when he finally came to you and said, Frank, I've got it, what's that phone call like? How much of a give and take is there?
Yeah, I think all of us can agree that when Gunn calls you, you know, I think he got like the couple of words out, and it was like, hey, I got this thing. I went, okay, and that was kind of it. And then, as he said, we got all the scripts at one time, and I read it, and I was like, wow, this is special. And why do you want me? And I, you know, fell in love with it immediately. And it's a character that's kind of in my wheelhouse, like the grizzled ex-military troubled guy who's got to be the straight man and take care of all these maniacs. And it was a lot of fun. I got to work with David in the booth, and I was on the ground most of the time because he had me hysterical laughing for about 4 hours and then crying a little bit. He got me, yeah.
There's a bit of a bromance between Frankenstein and Rick Flag Sr., which comes easy when you're working with someone as devilishly handsome.
Go on.
That's
Go
Frank
on.
Grillo.
Go on.
But it's it was a really fun little element, and we got to, you know, because in animation a lot of times you don't meet anyone you work with. Like I haven't met any of the rest of you. Hi. But yeah, Frank and I were in the booth together. There's a lot of like kind of overlapping. We played around a little bit. It was a lot of fun.
It was great. It was great. And then Maria and I we have in the show, we have a very steamy X-rated kind of scene, which I watched with my 16-year-old son, who was fairly traumatized.
Just for the record, X-rated is pushing it.
No, I mean, it's not X-rated.
It's a love scene.
It's a steamy scene. Yeah,
it's a hard R. Yeah, it's a hard. No, I mean, come on, it's a hard R. You can say that. He's 4,000 of our closest friends. Right? Right.
and online.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun.
I got the best video ever. Because I was in Zoom, they were both in the booth, and I took video of them because they have to, they're having sex. And I have video of Frank and Maria in the booth, trying to coax them into this scene, and they're moaning and they're making out and kissing, and they're both just like making out with their hands. And I've got this video of them that I will release when episode 2 comes out.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
Further embarrassment for my 16-year-old son.
It's a really great scene. I watched it 30 or 40 times, and it's really it's really excellent.
Right. Anybody else have any embarrassing committed to the cause efforts in the booth? Because you can look like a fool in a booth when you're really committing 150%. Anything you guys had to do in the booth that, in retrospect, if you had a camera on you, you're embarrassed about?
Well, every line Sean did was embarrassing. By Weasel.
My superpower is I guess I don't get embarrassed. I don't know why. I just shut that off at some point. But yeah, there's a lot of like, as I mentioned the licking, there's a whole lot of like, can we get a longer, slower lick here, And I'm a professional, so I'm like, of course, that's what I'm gonna give you. I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah.
You're embarrassed. I don't.
So he was doing it for a while, and he was waiting for somebody to call cut, and finally he said, "Am I done licking myself?"
Yeah, can I?
James, you've said before that the intention is potentially to see some of these characters in live action. So does that inform how they are animated, in that you don't want to go too far? You want to be able to convey them if and when you go live action. Does it influence?
Well, absolutely. Not only do we want to, but I mean, Rick Flag appears in Superman. He appears he's a major character in Peacemaker Season 2. And so, yeah, when we cast the characters, we wanted to cast people that could play those characters in live action, at least for the major characters. So that was something that we just thought of from the beginning. I also have to give a shout out to Indira Varma, who's not here.
Yes.
Who really is, who couldn't be here today. But she's incredible on the show. The bride is, in a lot of ways, the protagonist of the show, and she's just amazing. And so I just want to mention her. Also, we have some great people that came in for guest spots for us.
Oh yeah,
Michael Rooker played a character unlike Peter Serafinowicz.
He was amazing.
Linda Cardellini.
What did he play?
Ben Davis who plays Dutch, and so it's like just these who you hear in the trailer actually, but all these wonderful people. Greg Henry, of course, who plays Zoe's dad. Really amazing actors overall who just have all put themselves into this.
Is it, speaking of the looks of them in animation and live action, Frank, is it true when you saw the animation version that it kind of influenced how you were going to be shown in Season 2 of Peacemaker? You kind of looked at how you were animated?
I did. I wanted to cut my hair the same way. I wanted to make it white, kind of like what James has going on. I really wanted to look exactly like that. I wanted somebody's body imposed over mine. But I was doing another show at the time, Tulsa King, and I was like, I had longer hair, and we kind of had to reverse engineer.
We did.
My hair because of, and so I never got to do, but in Season 3, I think maybe. What?
You go suddenly completely.
Yeah, I go white, and maybe I could cut my hair a little bit. Yeah.
We get it as close as we can.
We did, yeah.
It must.
But people have asked, like, is my hair white and stuff, and I'm like, no.
It must be invaluable for you guys, though, because I assume you saw renderings of your characters when you're in the VO booth. How did that inform your portrayals of the characters?
I didn't see the character drawing till afterwards, but I know what John Economist looks like because I've already been doing it.
Zoe, did you see Nina? Did you see Nina before you recorded?
Hey, buddy. Good to see you here.
Oh, really?
I don't think so, but I was like, there are my gills.
Yeah.
I'm so.
I would see her.
How do you know? Okay, we
action.
kind of alluded to this before. You talked about kind of a love scene in the show, but like the ability to go big and weird and extreme in animation, and like how far to push it. Is that just an internal barometer you have for yourself?
Well, I mean, there was one thing in the show I remember that I thought was too much, and I pulled it back a little bit, but not very much.
No, I mean, for the most part, when you have actors this great, you're just giving little, nudges one way or another.
Yeah.
Can we also allude to maybe the structure of the show, which I found very interesting, in that this does tell a single story while at the same time exploring the backstories, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we stole it from Lost, but basically it's the first episode is, you just see the team come together, but then every episode after that explores the backstory of one of these characters. Not necessarily the origin, in some places the origin, but just something from their past that we see about how they got to the place where they are today. And we get to know these characters in a much more intimate way because of that, and I think it's a really fun way to get to know them. And you see that some of them are a lot better than maybe we think they are at the beginning of the series, and some of them are even worse. Right? So it's really fun. I think that, a lot of people have said to me, well, this is Guardians of the Galaxy. It's about a team of misfits coming together. And I'm like, well, there's some truth to that. But the truth is, this is like, at the end of the day with the Guardians of the Galaxy, you know that those characters are all good people and animals and trees. This isn't necessarily the case. This is kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy with the sentimentality stripped back, because the characters aren't all perfect and the stories aren't perfect, and characters die, and it isn't always for a purpose, like when Yondu dies at the end of Guardians 2. Sometimes it's just a tragic circumstance, and it's a darker story than that in a lot of ways, but hopefully equally invigorating.
That being said, I mean, I've seen 4 of them. It is hugely emotional. I don't tend to cry or get emotional watching animation short of Pixar, but you go there. You really do push it, and it's very effective.
Yeah, I mean, I remember writing one of the episodes, I don't even know which I should say which one, episode 4. I won't say who it's about. And I walked I was in Colorado with my wife Jen, and I walked into the kitchen and I was like, I think this is the saddest thing I've ever written in my entire life. It is really heartbreaking, and I could feel it in my bones how sad it was. It also happened to be the episode that I was the most insane about getting right.
Yeah, you were really on top of that one. Yeah. But it was great. And when we were working on the episodes, I give a big shout out to Rick Morales, who was our animation supervisor, did an amazing job. As we'd finish each episode, we'd come in and see each other and go, is this as good as we think it is? And it was just like, it kept growing, and we fell in love with the project as we were working on it.
I assume by now, most, if not all of you, have seen some of the episodes. What struck you? I mean, obviously it goes to a whole other level. You're in the VO booth, you read the scripts, but then see all the art come together must be a trip. What struck you? What surprised you?
It's sexy. Ooh, it's so sexy.
Super sexy.
Yeah. You're not used to it in animation. I mean, that's not the kind of stuff I watch. But it's a French company, right? A French animation.
Yeah, Bobby Pills, and they're fantastic. They're really incredible partners throughout this whole process.
They invented tongue kissing. So they know about sexy. And there's sex in this. It is an adult show. And it has all the adult things. One of those things is sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
So much sex. I thought Bobby Pills was a guy.
It's a great name for a guy.
Hi, I'm Bobby Pills. I animate.
I thought it was a woman.
I knew that, when we started this process that, Maria's character, the princess, and that Rick Flag, people were going to think they were attractive people. But what I've been sort of surprised by is the amount of people that are attracted to Nina Mazursky online.
Yep. Same pattern.
Are you aware of this?
A lot of like, oh my God, the fish girl, with the sweaty tongue out emoji.
James told this to me earlier, and I am gobsmacked.
It's a thing.
But cool.
And Weasel, right? And Weasel, a lot of people.
Not as much.
And Frankenstein. Give Frankenstein some love, obviously.
Back to your original question, Josh. I think for me it's like as you said, James, there's something about the unexpectedness of like you find yourself falling into these characters as you're watching the episodes and falling into the emotion, and then they'll do something really. And you're like, oh, that's not a good thing. I don't like. You're not going to actually just murder that. Oh, I guess you are. And there's something about that unnervingness that I really enjoy. Like everything's unexpected. There isn't a sentimentality to it. You're not sure where it's going to go. You do fall in love with the characters, and I think you feel things for them. But then they also will do things that it will infuriate you, and I really like that. But I'm a weirdo.
That's where you're in the right place. Don't worry, David.
Yeah, I'm here.
Dean, obviously you have extensive experience in animation before. What do you think you brought from Harley Quinn, et cetera, to this project? How do you take it to the next level? What do you take the learnings from there to Creature Commandos?
Well, maybe the one thing that this shares in common with Harley and Kite Man to some extent is, even though those are comedies, pretty clearly comedies, we took them seriously dramatically. Like, we took the relationships very seriously. When there was a death or anything like that, we wanted people to feel it. And so that was a little bit of a crossover, because this gave us an opportunity to more fully do that than we could do in a pure comedy like those shows.
There's the audience for Creature Commandos.
Is that a cat or a child?
Start them young. Okay, who's jealous of another character on the stage? If you could play a different character other than your own, having now read the scripts, seen the show, is your own character your favorite, David? I can see you quizzical look at me.
What did you ask? If you can play a character
Yeah, you can play any other character in the cast.
A character other than Frankenstein, who would you play?
Thank you for translating.
Would I play?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, the fish girl.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
That checks out, yeah.
No, I don't. Fish. I'm breathing in water. The thing's gonna come up and I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, I want to be the fish girl. Who you want to be?
Well, to be honest, Nina really resonates with me. She this is an earnest answer, but she struggles all of her life to sort of find her tribe and where she belongs. And, she's half human, half fish, and I am biracial. And that it does kind of sound silly to talk about it in 2024, but like I grew up in the 90s and white community and stuff. So what was so compelling about Nina's story is how she remains so open to unexpected relationships, friendships, like with G.I. Robot and Bride, even though she's been shunned by so many people in the past. So I ride for Nina.
Wow, so that's 2 votes for the fish girl.
I'd play Economos because it's just so easy. Like, that dude barely does anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, you don't have to work very hard to play Economos.
Yeah,
that's like any actor.
You could just you could just pick an actor at random and they do a fine job at it.
We can pick anybody out of this crowd and they would do just as fine a job.
Fucking right here, man. I can hear you.
Do you have a rebuttal, Steve? Are you okay?
You'll need therapy.
I play Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
Wait, the same way you play Economos, or would it be different?
I honestly can barely hear anything anybody is saying. But yes.
It is a treat getting Viola Davis, come on, to be a part of the show again.
Yeah, Viola was like... She's one of my favorite actors I've ever worked with, if not my very favorite. She's such a great woman. And when, she was the last major character that we recorded. And when she came in, we had other people doing that role. They did a great job that were, placeholders. And when Viola came in and did, Amanda, it just grounded it so well. And she's so incredible in the show. Gets a chance to do a little bit of humorous stuff too, and some emotional stuff, and she's just really brought everything together, and I'm so fortunate to have her as a person in my life and in my creative life.
What was the process of, because it obviously has links to Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, and kind of picking and choosing what to retain from those to bring to this?
Well, I mean, it's really, for me, it's all first and foremost about story. We don't want anybody coming to Creature Commandos and going, oh, you have to watch the Suicide Squad to understand what happened in Creature Commandos.
Good.
Oh, you have to watch Peacemaker. We want people to be able to come in this totally blind, and they're totally excited by it. So there's
Good.
nothing that isn't explained in the show itself. However, there are references to some other things that happened in the past, and those things then become canon in the DCU because we mention them in this show. So we have references to Peacemaker situations. We have, we learned a little bit that your son died. We learned that other things that have happened in the past in other media have still happened.
And there are, safe to say, we obviously know Frank, Steve, we will see again in live action, but there are plans afoot. You are thinking of how to utilize this amazing
Oh yeah,
cast.
absolutely. We have ideas for other things, and a couple of these people may appear in other media, as other characters, soon.
Interesting. Speaking of other media, James, you've been a busy man. There is a lot on the DCU plate.
Yeah.
Give us some updates. So let's start. We've been talking a little bit about Peacemaker. We just saw there's a new helmet for our Peacemaker. So
well, it's an old helmet. It was from season 1 that Steve Agee took from season 1. So not a new helmet. It's an old helmet.
Fair enough. So
there are new helmets, but that's not one of them. Yeah, Peacemaker is. We're shooting it now. I shot till late last night and then came in today for this. I have to go back and shoot on Monday. The new series has been going exceptionally well. Somewhere we have Greg Mottola in the audience, who, great director of Superbad and other fine films, who directed 2 of the best Peacemaker episodes ever in episodes 2 and 3 of season 2. And it's going exceptionally well. John Cena has improved as an actor in a way that I have, honest to God, I have never seen anyone who has gotten so much better in such a short amount of time. He was great in the first season. This.
What happened?
And the rest of the cast is all there. The 11th Street Kids, as they're called, and we're having a great time shooting that. And it's a very different season of Peacemaker, very magical.
I'm just excited to see him back in the costume on the press tour again. I hope he commits. I know he will. He always does. Superman. We are
Yes, come on. Give us something.
very excited. Next summer, Superman. You recently showed off Crypto.
Yeah, we have Crypto in the house. Yeah, Crypto's been something that has been just amazing. We've been working with him in the edit, and he's just he's an incredible part of the story. He was an incredible part of the story to me personally. When I was writing the screenplay, he kind of came in and changed everything up. And the movie is going extraordinarily well. We're deep in the process of editing. David Corn Sweat is going to blow people the fuck away. Like,
ooh. I like what I hear.
He is the movie star that that everyone just dreams he could possibly be, and I don't think anyone really understands the depth of this guy's talent. Dramatically, comedically, he's the best physical, action star I've probably ever worked with, except for,
Yeah, take it down a notch.
Except for Frank.
Let's take it easy. I've heard
Except for
stories.
Frank. He's an amazing actor, and Rachel Brosnahan, people are going to die for her as Lois. Eddie Gathegi is Mr. Terrific. So it's really been it's been a great process. Where the edit is getting really close to being good. I mean, the movie's good, so it's like I feel good about it, and it's I'm really hard on stuff, so it's been fantastic.
Is there any footage on you? Do you have the trailer on you? Do you have is there a trailer yet?
No, see, now you're teasing them. I don't have a trailer, guys. Don't get too excited. There's no trailer.
Damn it.
No Superman trailer.
On the phone?
No, I have some stuff on my phone.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Everybody, let's rush him and get his phone. Yeah.
I took it off me just in case people attacked me.
Smart man.
Somebody in the audience has it. You have to guess who. There's lots of stuff. It won't be too long before we see a trailer, but it's also not going to be too soon.
a little update on Supergirl. We have a director. We have a Supergirl, obviously.
Yes.
What can you tease about the story we're going to see for Supergirl on the big screen?
Well, so, you know, Anna and Craig, the writer and the director, have been doing a fantastic job of spearheading this. We start shooting in England in January. I just saw, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I just saw the screen test for Ruthie with Millie Alcock, you know, who's playing Supergirl. And oh my God, I'm so excited. And that's another project that's just been blessed from the beginning.
So we got
Anna came in and she pitched the story to me of Supergirl, and it was just one of the best pitches I'd ever heard. And she immediately wrote it. She came in with the first draft that was great, and it's just gotten better and better. And then Craig has been incredibly easy to work with. And I can't wait for that one to come out. It's very much based on Tom King's comic Woman of Tomorrow. There are, of course, differences because it's a 3-act structure, so it's a little bit different in the structure of which kind of goes through various stories. But it has all those major characters, the major themes. Supergirl's a mess, and it's something I can't wait for people to see. I think it's a completely different, unique take on a superhero.
And talking about unique takes, it sounds like the Green Lantern story we're going to see in Lanterns is different than we've ever seen. We're all very excited about this. The casting has just come together.
Yeah.
Aaron Pierre, Kyle Chandler.
That's right. Well, Aaron Pierre is somebody who I've wanted to work together with for a long time.
No, I recommended him.
He's, you know, people don't know, but he was almost Adam Warlock. He's an amazing actor, and I've just really admired him from the beginning of his career. And so when it got down to it, you know, he was just fantastic. And seeing him read with Kyle was sort of one of those miraculous moments where you go, oh my God, I don't care what they're saying. I just love everything they're saying together. Chris, Damon, and Tom have put this thing together. It's another project that's been blessed from the beginning. It's something, when we first started the DCU, in the first couple of weeks of heading this up, we got together with a group of writers, and Tom King was one of those writers, and we were in this room, and we came up with sort of this concept for Lanterns, and then we got Chris and Damon involved, and it just kind of has come out very easily, very naturally. It's a much more, it's a very grounded series, a very real series, which is strange to say in a Green Lantern show, but it's going to be something like nobody's ever seen before, and I can't wait for people to catch it on HBO when it comes out.
You've got a lot on your plate, sir, so we thank you for lending your time to us today. The DCU is in good hands with Mr. James Gunn.
Yes.
Folks, Creature Commandos, if I haven't said it enough, it's coming out December 5th. It will be your new obsession. It's fantastic. Before we all go, I just want to say, we're going to show a slide here. This is a first look at the first Creature Commandos product available right now, including a first look at Funko's collection.
Pops,
if we can see the slide that
Oh.
I was told this year. There it is.
Where's my chat?
You can go to
Not
dc.com and DC shop. That's shop.dc.com. And more info is coming soon, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
And Zoe's walking around with a whole bag full of Nina Mazurskis.
It's
so.
true.
That's right. Everybody's
Come
new
at
crush, Nina Mazursky. Everybody's
when
new
the black
crush.
shirt.
Everybody, give it up one more time for James Gunn, the amazing cast of Creature Commandos. James.
Can I just say thank you guys for the warm welcome. Thank you for everything. I've never been to New York Comic Con, and I'm just so appreciative to be here. I love you guys. Thank you for all your love and support online. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I was hoping for some Superman goodies. Oh man. So Ruthie is already being cast. So probably by next week we're gonna get some Ruthie updates. So that's definitely good. Let's go. Get it. Supergirl is already taking shape. So we're getting Ruthie. We're getting all the main players. We already got the villain. Let me mute this. Okay, so holy crap! I have 180 people here. Make sure to hit like, subscribe. Hit that bell button so you get notified every time I upload videos. I'm gonna try to do if live stream keeps getting this good every time I do live stream on Saturdays, I'm gonna move it to Saturdays, and I'm gonna hang out with you guys. But I know it's more than usual. There's an influx because of New York Comic Con. But listen, if you guys are looking for a positive channel that is positive about the future of the DCU, this is a channel for you. I guarantee you're not gonna find something. Well, there's others. I'm just joking. But yeah, if you're looking for a channel where we can use fan out about this stuff in a positive way without tearing each other apart, this is your channel. But yeah, so yeah, I want to know when, guys, one of you, please tell me when they release the trailer online, because obviously they didn't put it out there. They don't. Let me go back to this. There you go. Let me see if I can take down this image. Why it looks like that? I know I have different package. Anyway, you know what? Let me change the color on that green, so maybe that makes it a little bit easier to read. There you go. Anyway, yeah, so we finally got some information about Supergirl. I think I said at the beginning earlier that Supergirl, I think we're not gonna see her in a suit in Superman. We are getting a great Superman. Listen, everything I'm hearing about Superman has been getting me more excited every single time. I think I had a tweet. Let's go over some of this stuff. Let me know what you guys thought about this announcement. It's not an announcement. We knew it was going to be a panel about Creature Commandos. It's kind of, and it would be a little bit disrespectful to just dismiss the people that are there on that panel and on that podium talking about the product, and all of a sudden have that undone by showing a trailer for Superman or any other show. It was about them. This was their moment. So it just makes total sense that they stay in that moment and just talk about these things. And I agree with you, Andy. Aaron dodged a bullet with Adam Warlock. I would have had not that character was so I didn't like him. I didn't like him. I loved that film. I've been always objective about the films that I like and hate from James Gunn. I didn't like it wasn't for me. His Suicide Squad wasn't for me, but I love all his three Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one was mid. The third one was amazing. I loved the third one. So and you're right. He dodged a bullet because I didn't like his take on Adam Warlock. Knowing what I know about him from the comics, I was like, bro, I know you wanted to tell your story, but damn. Anyway, but it is what it is. Grounded and real. Green Lantern is kind of set in the it's kind of sad to hear in the green. But listen, this is for the show. Remember that Warner Brother has been bleeding money for many years, and David Zaslav is trying to save a couple of dollars. So probably they agree to make the show, keep it on their certain budget, and that budget will allow them to tell us a terrestrial story, which is a story based on Earth, which is what James Gunn said from the beginning. But that story, they discover something that's gonna tell a larger story that is part of the DCU. And then when we get those cinematic versions of the Green Lantern, then we're gonna get to see those special effects, the constructs, and all that stuff that we love about Green Lantern. So I think getting the TV show to set up the tone for the Green Lantern Corps or the DCU, it's a good way to introduce these characters and to have a show about the lanterns. Because and to be fair, let's keep it a stack. If the story is trash, how much better will the CGI make the show? It's not going to make it any better. Just hope that the show is good, that it's a great story, that it's great character development, that you get in, that you fall in love with these characters, that you are heartbroken by this character. Those are the things that you want to see in a show. It's not the VFX. Yes, I want to see constructs, but listen, if the story is good, look how freaking amazing the Penguin is. Anyway, so yeah, DC Universe, December 20. Yeah, listen, I think we're gonna get something. No, we're not gonna get anything. Now, I think we're gonna get. Why is this thing not refreshing? I want to see a Static Shock animated movie in the style of the Snyder. Yeah, I want to see a Static Shock in the style of the Spider-Verse. That is, I read this Snyderverse, but it's Spider-Verse. You're right. That would not be bad at all. That would be freaking amazing. That would be amazing. I want to see milestone characters in the like that. No, he hasn't answered that question. Every time I ask him, "Hey, is any milestone characters gonna find their way into the DCU?" He never responds. But I would love to see Static Shock, Icon. I doubt that he will get Icon because it's like a Black Superman, and they're talking about creating, telling Elseworld, the Black Superman story. So I do not know. Let me see. Let's get into some of this stuff here. Because I know it's New York Comic Con weekend. Let me see, what are you guys saying? Let me just touch up on other things. Damn, viewership dropping. That sucks. It happens. It happens. It's okay. It's quite fine. We know that people came to see just the panel, and it's fine if you leave. It's quite fine. If you subscribe, even better. But you're not supposed to stay here if you don't want to stay. It's Saturday. People got things to do. So it's okay. Anyway, so I hope they ask him about. They didn't. It's on his Insta. I said, "Oh, thank you." Let's go and look for his Instagram to see. Let's see. Let's go. Because that's why somebody else has his phone, because somebody was doing that. Instagram. Make sure my personal Instagram doesn't show up, so that way you guys don't go follow me there. Let's see. It's on his Twitter account. No, his Twitter. Why is Instagram didn't come up? Instagram. Come on. Oh, that's why I'm not connected on this. Let me go in here. Sorry. Let's see. James Gunn. No, it's not. Is it? No, that's the old one. No, that's the old one. He hasn't. Nobody has posted it. Has anybody posted it? Has anybody posted the new Creature Commandos trailer? Let me see. Yeah, dude, I think that's when it's gonna happen. I know you have your hopes on the Super Bowl. I watched the video. Shout out to our movie news. Dude, we should have been here. I should have. Damn, I had an opportunity. You're right, because on Saturday there's a 6-hour time difference. I should have had you here. I should have coordinated with you. Damn it. Next time I do a Saturday, you gotta come and join me. That's my bad. Max, this is Max, and it's not Max YouTube. Let's see. Let's take a look. YouTube Max. Come on. Oh, it's there. It's there. All right. So let's hold on. Let's do a little reaction. Oh, no, come on. Let's do a little reaction. Yo, they ender. My dude. All right, so let's do this. Let's go. Let's do a little reaction.
General Flagg, you found yourself in the middle of an international incident.
Oh, princess.
Sorry.
The United States is in the business of saving the damn world by any means necessary.
What in the holy hell?
Congress said we can't use human prisoners.
Oh my God.
These assholes aren't human.
She killed him.
Who is she?
We call her the Bride.
I was born here.
Who's Jason and the Argonauts?
That's Dr. Phosphorus.
Why are you doing this?
It's business.
Oh,
they're giving him the backstory.
We know it has
They are
what it takes
going
to
there.
survive. That's Nina Mazursky.
Daddy?
Last one is G.I. Robot.
Cheers to the Tin Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be bloody.
I know you all aren't exactly enthusiastic about this mission.
I didn't realize I had a choice.
You said you wanted me to be a hero. Not like that.
With a joy that's hard to hide.
Until we find out the truth of what's going on here. We're supposed to be on the same damn team.
G.I.
Friend Nina. You're bound to see my other side.
Oh.
Shish kebab.
Okay. Oh, damn.
You're always so hyperbolically violent. You need therapy.
You wanted monsters.
Hold on.
You got.
Hold on. Bro. No. No. Okay, let me finish that.
You wanted monsters. You got monsters.
Die, Nazi.
He's not a Nazi, G.I.
Oh, okay.
Yo, this looks good. I didn't like the first trailer. The first trailer was like, man, this is, I don't know if it's the violence, but this was good. This was good. Yo, hold on 1 second.
Friend Nina.
Is this, did I see?
You wanted me to...
I didn't.
Hold on 1 second. We're getting some Batman villains in here. Where?
You wanted monsters.
Well, you know, Dr. Phosphorus, he's a Batman villain, so it makes sense.
You got monsters.
Die, Nazi.
He's not
Yeah,
a Nazi.
this looks good. I'm in. I was like, yeah, okay. I like animation. Don't get me wrong. I like animation. But I saw the first trailer. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be my jam. You know what? And I said it. I said this thing about the first trailer because I remember that when I watched the first Invincible trailer, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. And I freaking love Invincible. So I feel the same way that I feel about. I feel the same way about the first trailer for Creature Commandos as I did with the first trailer for Invincible. So this second trailer, far superior, gives me more context. I'm in. This looks good. I think people are gonna be very pleased with it with this. But yeah, I think I saw Clayface in here. So let me see. What the hell? Where did it go? I know I saw him and I paused it.
Find out the truth of what's going on here. We're supposed to be on the same damn team.
G.I.
Friend Nina. You're bound to
So
see
before
my other
this?
side.
Shish kebab.
Yo, I don't know how they're gonna tell his backstory and not show you something about Batman. They're gonna have to allude to some Batman stuff because you saw Falcone there. I think that version of Falcone is gonna be a fat guy, just like in the comics. Well, some version of the comics, but he's tied in too much into Batman. His origins too tied into Batman to not show Batman at all. So I don't know how they're gonna do that.
You're always so hyperbolically
The hell is
violent.
Clayface? I
You
know
need
I saw him.
therapy.
I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, chat. Thank you. I know I'm not crazy. Come on. There it is. There's Clayface. We're getting Clayface. And no, we're not getting a Clayface. Like a grounded, we're getting a fantastical, crazy fucking monster. This is fucking awesome. Yes. I'm all in.
You wanted monsters. You got monsters.
this is bloody and violent.
Die, Nazi!
And the bride, she's just as brutal as the comics.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna explore a lot of the relationship between her and Frankie in the Frankenstein monster. Oh man, that looks good. What do you guys think? Did you guys like it? Let me put some music. Did you guys like it? Let me see. Yeah, I know, Clayface. Yes, that was Clayface. I know. Freaking awesome. The one relying mostly, the one I'm relying the most in Superman. This looks like they're gonna be fine, but it's just gonna be the Suicide Squad. It's a Suicide Squad, but bloodier, I guess. Doom Patrol. Yes, I got Doom Patrol vibe from this. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm in too, man. Yes. Fucking Clayface, that's awesome. I love it. Gonna need to make sure that DC Bullet coloring matches it. That's true. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna discuss that. Somebody was like going off about this, but I was like, you're right, man. Like the DCU news website, DCU updates. They have a thing where they put in news about a specific hero or a show, and they change the colors of the DC logo according to that show. So I think James Gunn should do the same thing. So if it's gonna be yellow, make it yellow, man. If it's gonna be blue, make it blue. Don't because the Penguin is red, and all of a sudden you see that blue label, that blue logo. It's like, that kind of doesn't fit, dude. Make it cohesive, so that way it doesn't take me out. It doesn't take me out, but it's just like a little pet peeve of mine. I was like looking at that, I was like, come on, dude, do better. Invincible. Listen, you didn't know that it was until you saw it. So, but I think this is gonna be as good, if not better. I love this so much. I've been rooting for Creature Commandos Day 1. So hype is coming, Bookie. It's kinetic, it's fun, it's sexy, it's badass. Love it. I like Gunn. I like it. Love it. Like Gunn said, it's great appetizer before Superman. Oh, you deserve one of this. Why is this thing so low? Let me put it doesn't go louder than that. I don't think that's gonna give us a Batman actor. No, I don't think they're not gonna give us any news, not yet. But I think by next week we're gonna get some Supergirl news. So that's good. Yeah, I know. I love it. I saw that and I absolutely loved it. Let me see. Refreshed it. Why my chat is not refreshing? This is it's annoying the hell out of me. Let me go back up. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Where's my music? Come on. Hold on 1 second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Definitely gonna watch it. Being hopeful. So I know you are apprehensive about the DC, but it's fine. It's fine. I never really liked our movie news. I never really liked the Suicide Squad, and this feels like an animated version of that. So not high for it, but going in with an open mind. That's fair. See, like that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Like if you don't, because I didn't like the Suicide Squad, but this one, like I'm a sucker for animation, and I like the characters, and I think I don't know if the cartoonish nature of the Suicide Squad is what took me out of it. I do not know. But this one is an animated show. Like you can go as crazy as you want, and it's not gonna feel cheesy because you know what you're watching. But I like it that it's bloody. I like it that they making some stylistic choices because it doesn't feel like an anime. It doesn't feel like it's copying anything that we see. Like the animation from Adventure from Superman, you can get a lot of anime vibes from that. And I love anime, and to me, whenever I see that, even though I love that story, I love that show, I do not appreciate a lot of the liberties that they take when they try to copy animes. It's just me. It's one of those stupid little pet peeves that I have. Yeah, it looks so good. It looks so good. If they're linking Gotham already, then I think they'll. Oh, no, they have to link the mascara because Cersei is gonna be in the show, so they have to link it to the mascara, to Wonder Woman, to her backstory, to her universe, or because they haven't. The thing is that they're telling a story with those characters in there, right? But that doesn't mean that they're gonna try to tie in those characters into the larger story. But you know that Cersei is a Wonder Woman villain, but that doesn't mean that she's gonna fight her in one of the films. You just know that she's a character that pertains in this universe, that is part of the Wonder Woman's larger story. So I think the way in what he said about different tones is what I like the most, because one thing that I always criticize about Marvel, and whenever they try to steer away too far from it, they fail, is that everything feels the same. And I love Marvel movies, don't get me wrong. I love me some Marvel. I watch all this cape shit because I love it. But one of my critiques about Marvel is that everything feels the same. Like all the films feels that, yeah, they have this blue, purplish huey about them, that it feels that that there's no drastic difference from one film to one to another. A lot of people say Suicide is 2.0, undercutting, which isn't fair. Listen, people are gonna, no matter what, I said at the beginning, I don't know if I was muted then, no matter what James Gunn does, no matter what he says, there's gonna be a little group of people who are gonna criticize everything that he does and do, no matter what we say. So if you're looking for a channel that is gonna be positive about the DCU, this is your place. But you cannot prevent people from talking nonsense. There's two specific groups. There's Snyder cultists, not Snyder fans, because I'm a fan of Snyder. The Snyder cultists and James Gunn's haters. Those two will find anything and get together to get people behind this on hating on everything that James Gunn does. So ignore them. Don't give him any clout. Don't give them a platform. Just ignore them and enjoy and love what you love. Because no matter what you say, how much you fight against them or say something about, it's fun to troll them, because I do it sometimes. But don't get agitated, don't get worked up over it, because they're not gonna go anywhere, and don't let them steal away the joy that you feel when you watch these films or these shows. Let me see. It seems like Creature Commandos is getting better than it. Listen. See how amazing X-Men 97 was? You know what? The animation style felt very much like it. Thank you, Frank Frostken 1. Yes, the animation style felt very much in line, in part with X-Men 97, which is a great thing because I love me some X-Men 97. Leave him alone. Listen, if I could start all over again, I guarantee you wouldn't have seen my face. If I could have done this all over again, I would have done face reveal. Exactly, Gunn will make each tone fit the character, but overall it will feel exactly. It makes total sense, because you cannot make and I'm gonna, it's good to have different tones. The tone for Peacemaker is gonna be different from Superman. It's gonna be different from Creature Commandos. It's gonna be different from Batman when Batman is introduced. The tone for Supergirl is gonna be completely different from everything we've seen so far. Also, so it's both. I used to be concerned that multiple tones in the DCU could be too much, but now a baritone will feel refreshing. Exactly. And also will make every character feels unique. Damn, man. Dude, you deserve one of this. You deserve one of this. You deserve another one. Yes. Exactly. it will make every film, every show its own thing. It's gonna make it feel unique. Lenny Solon. My critique on Marvel is that their characters are not fleshed out. DC, you can actually that's not entirely true. DC, you can explore characters development through side characters and the hero's secret identity. That's one thing that is different from DC and Marvel, secret identity. And DC, I don't know. Sometimes I find it cheesy when they have secret identity because it's hard for you to look at Superman and say, "Hey, isn't Clark Kent? Doesn't this guy looks a lot like Superman? Just a different hairdo." Like those little things, I always find it a little bit corny about DC, but they have made it work. So I want to see how they translate that to TV shows and the cinematic universe, because that's going to be a little bit difficult to navigate. And it's so difficult that I feel. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I feel that's why the Snyderverse didn't deal with that a lot. They just dove into the characters themselves: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. You didn't have to deal with the dualities of the dual personalities of these characters have developed to hide their identities. So let's see. Hunter Iggy, the Watcher. What if we get 90s Batman's animated series in live action? I don't know about that. Let me see. Guns has already teased like we will see Martian Manhunter is gonna be there. He's doing he's putting Justice League Unlimited on this. This is gonna be his universe. It's based on the Justice League Unlimited. I got a feeling, because all the characters that he had put forward are from that animated series. So yeah, I think we're definitely gonna get Martian Manhunter. He's already teasing the Superman film. Like that's the Choco. Come on, like it's like all those little things. I just love the idea of having a universe that is teeming with life, where other superheroes exist. I know people have a concern about too many characters in one film, but that's the point. All these heroes exist. I wouldn't put it past him that we see Superman, and in the background we see the Blackbird. We see the bat plane flying around, or we see some footage of Batman fighting some criminal, or the Batmobile, static shot of or on the newspaper or something. So telling you that there is a wider universe where all these heroes exist. Like, to me, that will make absolutely perfect sense, and I think that's what's going to happen with the DCU. Oh, I'm getting too far off. Oh, why is this colors? Let me play around with the colors because it looks too red back here. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let me change the other one to blue. No. Blue? No. This? No. Purple. Yeah. Okay. Nah. Go back to red. That's fine. All right. Okay. I'm sorry for the Clark and Superman criticism is started and all them people missed the. I know them. I know what you mean, man. It's not a criticism. Gunn will explore many different characters in the DCU. Oh yeah. Oh man, listen, and this is just like the tip of the iceberg, because we haven't even touched upon New Genesis, the New Gods. I know Swamp Thing is gonna be part of this universe. Swamp Thing is a badass, and I cannot wait to see. Mangold is gonna kill it with that character. Mangold, when he gets the character right, he gets it, because he had hits and misses. Like, he had a miss with Wolverine, and then he came back with Logan. And now he had a huge miss with what's the name, Indiana Jones. And I'm concerned for his Star Wars movie, and I'm cautiously optimistic about his Swamp Thing film. So let's see how it goes. The Snyderverse characters were all very similar. It was great for a story, but or for a cinematic universe going over 10-year plan, one and two. Yeah, exactly. Again, you know what? Like saying, because it is true. This is a legit criticism. This is a legit criticism. The Snyderverse characters were all very similar. It was great for that story, but for a cinematic universe going over 10 years plus, variant in tone should help the DCU stay fresher for longer. Thank you. You deserve another one of this. Like for that story that Snyder wanted to tell, which was like 2 or 3 movies, whatever it is, it works. But to tell a larger story where all these characters have to have their own universe, their own pocket universe where they fight different villains, they had to have different tones. You cannot have Superman be all light in tone and then him being dark in tone at the same time. And then whenever he meets up with Batman, you can not make him darker, which is pretty much what happened on BBS. But I understand that story. And to be fair, let me be specific about this. You need all these type of stories. You need Snyder gritty, grounded approach. You need Matt Reeves even more grounded and realistic approach to this character. And you need a fantastical approach like James Gunn is gonna bring with his Batman and his universe. You need all of those. Otherwise, you will be tired of these characters. You need all of those because that's how it is in the comics. In the comics, you have different versions. You have Elseworld, you have zombies, you have all different tones for all these characters. So you need every single one of them. So that doesn't mean that one had it right and somebody had it wrong. No, those are the stories those directors wanted to tell. Let's respect it and let's love it and appreciate it for what they are, because that's how we love them in the comics. In the comics, the same thing. Like you pick up the comic book and say, no, this is not for me. I'll pick up the one that I enjoy the most. I enjoy, I have a variety of flavors when it comes to comic books. So it's not something that I'm like, okay, I only want light tone or one specific tone, whatever. Talking about tone, this comic book, this here, Ultimate, I'm loving that. Anyway, I was gonna talk about that, but anyway, so let's get back. I'm doing good, Dayander. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. I love the comic accuracy with the DCU already as well. Yes, I do. Me too. With the characters. All right, let's talk about a couple of things and then gonna wrap it up here. Okay. All right. So this is what the Red Hulk is gonna look like. I'm digging it. I hope it's a piece of a man. So I don't know if I don't know. This is something that was done by Matthias Smart Sheep, whatever. This is what Aaron Pierce might look like. Listen, this is a shirtless shot, and he made it. He turned it into a Green Lantern. So this dude is gonna kill that fucking role. He's gonna absolutely destroy that role. I cannot wait to see him. He has been at the top of my list since day one. I'm glad that James Gunn talked about this, because him, like Andy said, he dodged the bullet not playing Adam Warlock, because the minute that I saw him, I think it was on Old. Was it Old or was it the Underground Railroad? I don't remember where did I see him. I was like, this dude can play Jon Stewart. He has the voice, like the posture, something about him that kind of told me that he could play him. And one thing I love this design, but one thing that I hate about seeing this design is, especially when they're this good, is that they will never be this. Like when we see it in the film, it's not gonna be this. And I don't like to get over, even though this is an amazing design. it's just heartbreaking that we're not gonna get exactly this when the film comes out. Yo, the Teen Titan movie, that's true. They're working on that. He said that they are now working on that, but you don't. Okay, great. Sorry, I was checking on my son. He has to do his homework. He said that he only mentioned a couple of movies and Titan wasn't one of them, but Variety confirmed that the writer of a Supergirl is working on a script for the Titans movie. So that means that it's in production. In production doesn't mean that it's greenlit. It means that it's part of their larger universe. They're gonna pitch it if it makes sense, if it's a good script, if it's a solid script, if it ties in perfectly with the larger story they try to tell. They're gonna say, yeah, let's do it, and that's when it comes into production or greenlit. Or pre-production. I'm getting too involved with this. Let me see. It's not in the construction. Now listen, it's exhausting. Time to inspirational. It's not exhausting. It needs to. It needs its space. We need that. We need darker. We need light. Like life. Like I think James Gunn said that same thing. Life is dark sometimes. Sometimes it's brightful and hopeful. Sometimes you go through some real shit. Sometimes you go through moments that you cannot believe that how blessed you are. So that's the way that life is. Yo, I haven't done one in a long time, so I'm rusty. I already said that. I'm really rusty because I haven't done it in a minute. But yeah, good to see you here, man. Good to see you here, buddy. Let's see. Indiana Hulk. That's funny. Yo, there's so much potential not to screw up like the MCU. Listen, I think James Gunn is on the right path. I think he's taking his time with his characters. I think he's not gonna be rushing to do anything. Listen, I remember when the new 52 came out, I started reading, I was like, this is okay, this is good, there's some stories there. But this freaking thing, man, this Ultimate Universe got me. This Ultimate Universe got me, and I'm all in. I got the first Batman, which I already framed it because I loved it so much. I don't want to touch it again. And I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait. I think Superman comes out next week, and I'm definitely going to cop all of them. Martian Manhunter, he's a white guy now. so they're going to have Ultimate Green Lantern, Ultimate Flash. So I haven't seen, is there an Ultimate Aquaman? I want to see that too. But yeah, so if you haven't picked up Ultimate Batman, go and pick it up because that freaking comic book is amazing. It's incredible. Pre-production. Thank you very much, Andy. You can tell that I'm rusty, right? You can tell that I'm rusty. I'm sorry, guys. I am trying to. Let me see. Reload. Okay. Let me see. Anyway, I also like that one. Why is it an announcement projects and all subject changed, meaning that they are not toned down until they make it out. Okay. Yo, Absolute Wonder Woman next week. Okay. I think Absolute Superman is next month. I thought Absolute Superman was the first week of November. Yeah, I think it's Absolute Superman. Because when I went to pick up Batman, that's what they told me about. But yeah, this looks amazing. I'm absolutely loving it. This was a fan cast that I saw on Facebook, and I thought it was perfect. And somebody actually schooled me on this that I didn't know, that Gregory Peck, Ethan Peck's grandfather, To Kill a Mockingbird. If you were in high school in the 90s like I was, you were forced to watch that movie and read the book. And I didn't know that his father, Gregory Peck, is what it was an inspiration to draw Batman. So to me, it would absolutely suit that his grandson will be playing Batman. And he looks the part too. I mean, he's he's not 6'1". I think he's 5'11". But still, man, we got an even shorter Batman running around, and he's considered the GOAT to many. But I think to me, he feels like he would absolutely kill it. Ray Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's son. There's another legacy associated with these characters. I think it would absolutely make sense. I saw Smile. I couldn't finish it because it's not my jam. I'm not a big scary movie guy. And I was like, it's not for me. That's what I watched. I was like, but he's a decent actor, so I could see him playing the Joker. Even though, what's the name of that guy who played Vecna on Stranger Things? To me, that he would be the perfect person to play that character. Let's see. This is something that I don't know why people keeps asking about. This is exactly what we talked about. Just to clarify, this is something James Gunn said. I said everything we originally announced was still in development. That's the word I was looking for. It's in development. Now that it's still coming. So when it gets greenlit, that's when it goes in pre-production, and then in production, then it goes, then it's get delivered, whatever. But so it wasn't everything that was announced is in development. Meaning when it's in development, it means that it needs people to write it, pitch it. Once they pitch it, it goes into pre-production. That's when they start getting the producer, the director, then the director then the casting agent, then the casting agent start casting people and crew for the film. So all these things that he announced are in development, meaning the Swamp Thing is in development, the Authority is in development, which I think that's gonna be his next film. You cannot tell me any different. James Gunn is gonna direct the Authority. Mark my words. What was the other thing? The Paradise Lost series. All the stuff that he announced on the first announcement is currently in development, but it's not in pre-production or in production right now. Most of the stuff what is in production is Peacemaker, Superman, Supergirl, Green Lantern. What else? Something else. I know I'm missing something. Help me, chat. If you can remember, just let me know. But yeah, so it all depends on the script. We'll never put half-ass, and I love what he said. We'll never put a half-ass script in production just because it was announced. Bam. Like, even if he has to move things around, because I don't think that things are going to come out in the sequence that he probably first envisioned, but knowing that he's not getting the best out of it when the script is given to him, he said, you know what, I'm not putting this out. I'm not going to put this half-ass the Authority film out. I'm not going to put this half-ass Superman. I'm not going to put this half-ass the Mascara show, unless I get a good thing, good script. I'm not gonna say yes to it. Look, and I know he picked that up from the previous regime, but how amazing is the Penguin? How amazing is the Penguin? Anyway, so let's see. Let's not get into this. Greg Fraser, the cinematographer of the first Batman, he's gonna be done with Doom Messiah, so he's gonna be available in 2026 to begin production on the new Batman. The Batman 2 is the Batman 2 is gonna start production in 2026. I need to hear something about the Batman for the DCU, and I don't know how that's gonna work, because to me it's 2024, and you're telling me that I'm not gonna see the DCU Batman until, I don't know, 2030, until this film is good. I don't know if it's gonna be a trilogy. What if it's a trilogy? Are we gonna wait until Matt Reeves is completely done with his universe and his trilogy? That makes no sense. So I need to know what's gonna happen with the DCU Batman. But I love that the cinematography of the first Batman, so I'm glad that this man is coming back for the sequel. And talking about the Penguin, man, the Penguin's killing it. The Penguin is killing it. I cannot wait to watch this week's episode. It's gonna be amazing. Every week is getting higher ratings. Every week it gets everybody buzzing. This show, again, it goes along the line what we were discussing earlier, that having different tone is great for teaming. Share universe, even though this is not part of the same universe, but it's part of the DCU umbrella, Elseworld. I'm surprised that they didn't name it or label it Elseworld, but it's good to see that this is doing amazing. And they are, according to Samba TV, they have been number ones every week since they came out, at least for Ensemble TV, but they have been number one. So that's good to see. I can't wait for the next episode. It's gonna be amazing. Crypto the dog. I cannot believe people were arguing about this. This is a pretty cool art. See, like, you can be a Snyder fan and appreciate this stuff because first, Aaron Bailey did this art of Karen Sweat with Henry Cavill. Then he did another one with Tyler and oh my God, why I'm having a mental block. And Christopher Reeve, oh my God. And Christopher Reeve. So this is a cool design. It's like the old meets the new, passing on the baton. It's pretty cool. I love this. Shout out to Aaron Bailey for that. And I love that we're getting crypto, man. Listen, I know, man. I saw the trailer. I saw this on what was it, on Tuesday? I don't know, sometime this week. And I was like, oh man, we're gonna get Kong Gorilla, but he gets destroyed in the first shot we saw him. Kong Gorilla, he was I think he was an explorer, and the explorer got a ring. He got where he transfer his consciousness to the gorilla, and then he just becomes into a beast. I think he gets killed, and then the body, he just exists. His consciousness exists in the body, and after that, and he has a couple of runs. Yeah, Congo Bill. Yeah, that's his name. Congo Bill. So so I guess we're not gonna see him in the DCU. He's gonna bite the dust. No, I'm not muted. Get out of here. No, I'm not muted. Stop it. Let me see. Oh, see, I know what he's saying. Yeah, get out of here. Right, fuck out of here. Let's see. I got this. He put out some wallpaper. Absolutely loving this. I'm absolutely loving this shit. Yeah, this looks good. This trailer looks far better than the first one. So I'm totally in. I'm in. No, I'm not muted. Shut the F up. Yeah, the Penguin is awesome. We will get the DCU Batman before the Batman Part 3, unless the Batman films back to back. I don't know. I don't think they should wait. It should be revealed. I don't know. This is gonna be because I actually did a video. Now I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm not gonna upload it. Saying why it's a good idea to merge these two universes, especially because especially how much emphasis is making on different tones. So it makes sense that Mary's Batman pertains in the DCU. But now that he made it pretty much made it official. No, Mary's Batman exists in its own universe. It's not part of the DCU. So I'm not gonna be uploading that video. Sorry. So I love crypto, the shaggy look. Yeah, me too. Listen, it's the dog. No, who cares? That's like, to me, it feels like inconsequential to argue about that. That feels so disingenuous to hear people arguing about this. It's just people looking for nonsense to argue about. But listen, guys, I've been going on for too long. Make sure to hit like, subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with me. We had almost 200 people at one point. There's 75 still here watching. Make sure to subscribe. Turn on your notifications. If you are part of the DCU universe and you want to be informed, if you want to hang out on the live streams and talk and nerd out like we did today, make sure to hit like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Diander. Good to see you here again, my brother. Cal, love you, bro. Love you too. The Watcher, Ryan, even though you try to get me in trouble. What is it that you said? Oh, I missed this one. Superman trailer during this December. Yes, I already said that. It's gonna be in December. I got a feeling it's gonna be NCCXP on Brazil. So yeah. But listen, guys, thank you for hanging out. No, it's not gonna be in the Super Bowl. Thank you for hanging out. Make sure to subscribe. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Never let your nerd die. Peace.